Hello, I'm SRGTsilent. I have returned for another run. This time I will be running Apocalypse. And yes, this is exactly what it looks like. That is Bruce Willis. This game, as far as I'm concerned, is also known as Bruce Willis Saves the World. So we'll get right on started with it. Time is going to start when I press new game. Whoops, did not mean to load game. This game, well, I'll talk about it once we get in. So, time will start in 3, 2, 1, go. So, this game actually has a really interesting... did I soft lock right off the start? Alright, reset timer. Sometimes this happens. Game's a jerk. Reset. I have no control over that. Alright, take 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So that happened. I think that happens if you're pushing start too quick at the start. So yeah, this is Apocalypse. The game only has 6 buttons, 2 analog sticks, if you're using analog, but it was originally made with the face buttons in mind. And I have a whole weapon wheel, which you'll see up at the top, as I collect weapons, such as this particle beam, which I can swap between by pushing the shoulder buttons. The first level is going to be us escaping from prison. And the reason we're escaping from prison, because it's going to be easier to explain this game's story as we get to missions, is we are the smartest man in the world, Trey Kincaid, and we discovered a brand new scientific theory that basically proves religion is not the end-all be-all, but there is a religious zealot in charge of power who manipulated a bunch of officials and the president of the United States and got Trey locked away for heresy against the church and religion, and then proceeded to use the science that Trey discovered in order to summon, lo and behold, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. This game actually has a really interesting story if you want to look into it, and it has an even cooler backstory. So the thing about this game is this game was actually originally written and developed by a division underneath Activision. But the project wasn't meeting fruition, so Activision canned it until they found a studio that they would be happy to have develop it. And it turns out a young, blossoming studio, who you may know for another game series known as Tony Hawk, I believe is what it's called, Pro Skater or something like that, I don't know, it's been a while, named Neversoft, put out a game which Activision saw and they thought, hey, that's a really cool game. We have all these voice lines for Bruce Willis recorded, but we don't have a game to go with them. Take these voice lines and make something. And so this is the game that Neversoft developed with Bruce Willis's likeness and voice. It is not based off of a movie. It is not based off of a book. This is original content to this game. Or all of the content in this game is original to this game. So, sorry. As we're running through this, most of it is going to be just platforming, getting successfully out, and not dying while hitting all these checkpoints. There is a few small sequence breaks and skips, but a majority of this game is actually going to be as intended. This game is based on real events. Yes. So this is the boss. every chapter ends in a boss. That was a boss. Hopefully you guys saw the tank. And every level ends with a kill percentage and a save screen and then a cutscene. So if you ever see the cutscene, or if you see the or if you see me accidentally start to save, I'm bad. I pushed the wrong button. Yes, the sound, audio, music, it's all absolutely amazing. Listen to the guards later and some of Trey's lines that they had Bruce Willis record, and you will see just... it's crazy. We're coming up on one now that I'll point out. But we successfully managed to escape from prison by jumping into the sewers, and the sewers are filled with grenade-throwing hillbillies. I don't know why, but, I mean, the hillbillies in the prison do not want us escaping. So we are going to not let them do that. You'll also notice in the top right, there's a couple lit dots. What those dots are called smart bombs. And the routing for smart bombs is actually very, very important. If we misuse a smart bomb, we'll have to take out enemies the long way, which we really don't want to do. And if you start a mission with less than 3, the next mission will automatically start you with 3. So now we're in these caverns, and we're gonna hopefully not get wrecked by those rocks, which is good. We did not. It is possible for those rocks to do anywhere from 0 damage to all of your HP, just because rocks are programmed really weird. But we got through with really good HP. So now we're gonna do I'm not gonna say a fall cancel, but we're gonna trick the game into letting us fall further than we should and taking little damage. So you're intended to walk through all of these platforms, but we're just gonna bump that and then bump this one here, and we're not going to die because the game doesn't do full fall damage to us for some reason. Trust me, if you fall all the way down there, oops, you will die. So you don't want to do that. I need this health. Nice. So we just picked up rockets here. This is the blue thing you see. It is by far the best item in the game. Or second best. I don't know. It's pretty tied with grenades. We're going to jump in lava right now. Oh, what? Trey's not supposed to die in lava, but he did. So give me 2 seconds while I repeat that. I guess lava seems really weird in this game because sometimes when you jump in lava, it does like no damage to you. And other times when you jump in lava, it just kind of insta-kills you. I've only had the insta-kill thing happen twice, and that's the second time. It's a wonderful thing, and I wish I knew what caused it, but I really don't. But anyway, yeah, we're still escaping through the sewers, because the sewers are long and arduous. But thankfully we've made it through to what is essentially going to be the end of the sewers. We just have to swim up this stream of who knows what, and not tank all of these rocks because they're doing way more damage than I would like to have.
2 3 1 2 3. So yeah, I have it this way. It still changes resolutions. I don't know why.
Do you guys want me to turn the game audio up? Is that it? I can turn the game audio up if you guys would like that. So here you're gonna hear Bruce Willis shout. I have no idea what he's just shouted. I think he shouted for CJ to keep up with the damn train, but I mean, I don't know. Oh yeah, so there's a crocodile in these sewers, and we're gonna try to go for a quick kill on it. We did not get the quick kill, that sucks. But we did kill it. The crocodile guard is dead. OBS audio bugged? Oof. I don't know what to do with that. So now we somehow teleported into the city, and our goal is to head to our old lab. And the reason we're trying to head to our lab... Oh, another feed cut in? That sucks. The reason we're trying to head to our lab is because the Archbishop, who basically manipulated the president and took control of the country, decided to incarcerate or kill every single person associated with Trey here. Okay, I will turn the game's volume up a tad, sir. There you go. I turned it up a tad. So yeah, the president and the Archbishop basically incarcerated everyone. So Trey is hoping his lab partner will still be there, and he'll be able to harvest some research. Also, these are like mini boss enemies, but they're just a suggestion. You actually could just hop over tanks. They don't actually exist as far as I'm concerned. I'm gonna grab a safety health here. Rip. And now we've been discovered, or it's been discovered that we're in this city. So we are basically running from the police, or maybe they're more secret police. I'm not quite certain what we're running from, but they want us dead. So we're coming up on the best voice line in the game. I will let Trey speak. Alright. So, I have no idea why he recorded that line. I have no idea why they had him scream freight train as loud as they could. But you cannot deny he did that line with the most spirit a man could. He knew what he wanted when he screamed freight train on that taxi. Also, if you listen to the guards, they have some hilarious lines. Was this a Fifth Element adaptation? No, actually, this game is completely original. It has nothing to do. So this is a boss. This was a boss. That tank is actually not optional, sadly. We do have to fight that one. So now the ground's gonna start exploding because there's lava underneath this city. I don't know, dude. People just don't... They want us dead, okay? Like, the guys in charge of this city do not want us making it to our lab, so they're just gonna break everything. And now there's the river of lava, and this game's actually really, really mean because there is no safety in this lava. If I miss and touch that lava, it's over. There is no surviving that lava if I touch it. Alright, so we're gonna take advantage of our 3 bombs here because the boss of this level is actually to cause the building there to collapse by breaking 4 pillars over top of those tanks. Oops, I'm pausing the game. So, we found our lab partner, Larry, and it turns out he's been corrupted by the Archbishop. Dang it, he turned my lab partner into death. How dare he? Oh, I need one more. So, right here, we're hoping for good RNG. Like, that grenade drop was exceedingly good. Grenades and rockets are the best things to get here because we'll want them for later. But right now, what we're trying to do is save Larry, who, as I said, has been turned into death for some reason. Thankfully, we were able to save him. Grenades and the smart bombs, as they're called, are actually extremely powerful, and they will be our main source of damage on every single boss. I know, right? What a shame. So we had to escape the lab from the roof. So now we're running along the rooftops. And I can assure you, I think this game takes place in like 2020 at the latest. So next time, those of you who live in a big city, go outside and look up. Look and see if you see any of these kind of structures on your city's rooftops. Because we might become a society similar to this if you start seeing these things above. But as long as you don't see giant floating bridges with hundreds of soldiers running across them, I'm sure it'll be fine. So we're coming up on another mini-boss in this level. And this mini-boss is one of those blue helicopters that you've seen constantly flying about. And we're going to successfully take him out with this rip laser. Hopefully super quickly. He didn't behave super well. Oh no, where'd he go? Oh no, where are you going, dude? Please? Okay, there we go. Alright, so that was a mini-boss, and now we're going to try to clip into this early. We unfortunately did not get it. You can, if you jump at that at the right time, you can actually clip inside of it and be able to run without having to climb up on top of it. But we did not get that. You'll also see that I'm taking a lot of corner cuts here. Obviously, in a game like this, you want to make sure that you cut as many corners as you can to cut down on travel time. On an analog stick, this game uses pseudo 8 directions, but it's designed really well to accommodate those pseudo 8 directions. So it doesn't feel like while it is 3D, it works really well with a 2D or with a standard 8 directional mapping, which is really good if you have trouble using like a PlayStation D-pad, with how well this game was adapted to work with analogs. Or how, I guess analogs were adapted to work with this. I'm not really sure how it works, but it's good. So now we're just running across all of these sky bridges that are infinitely long and break all the laws of physics, but trust me, like I said, science. This is a religion and science world. Land bridges and sky bridges, make all the sense. And if you question that, the Archbishop may put you in jail because you don't believe. This game is pretty good looking for a PS1 game. And what's good is if you pick it up, it's relatively cheap. At least in the United States, it's cheap. And you can casually beat this game in probably 2 hours. That's not even like an overstatement. You really could beat this game in probably 2 hours if you wanted to. But, so we're on these wires. The wires actually have a really, like, magnetic property. As long as you touch the wire, you will successfully grab onto it. And we are not going to listen to copyright System of a Down music, because I like stream audio, and System of a Down is generally favorable, but you never know what YouTube and Twitch will do. If you guys would like to look that up, there is a system in the options, or there is an option in this game options where you can watch all the options, or watch all the music videos. You can look it up on YouTube. It shows all, I think, 6 music videos in the game. So if you're ever interested in seeing any of those, just search like Apocalypse music video playlist, and you should be able to find them all. Too late, we're muted. Ah, dang it. Muted for the rest of the stream. Sorry guys, not a big enough heads up. No, I think you actually have to listen to it for quite a while. That little bit's probably not going to be a big thing. So again, this is what I was talking about looking up. As you can see, we're on essentially infinitely spanning bridges with little support over vast voids, and exploding platforms while running from the police. So yeah, check your skies. Be safe, kids. Be safe, everyone. I apologize. I did not mean to refer to everyone as kids there. Another interesting thing, actually, since I mentioned the analog before, as you can imagine with any game like this, one analog stick does the movement, and the other actually controls Trey's top. So he has both 8-directional movement and 8-directional shooting. He does not have to move and shoot at the same direction. It's a pretty well-designed top-down shooter, just like you'd expect it to be. So we're coming up onto the boss of this area, and it's another helicopter, but for some reason, this helicopter has more HP, but we're not going to care about how much HP this helicopter has either, and we're going to kill it in, hopefully record time. Unfortunately, I ran out of... whatever, I'll just die. Oh, JK, the level ended. You actually, once you beat that boss, it's impossible to die. You can fall into the void and the level will still end. So, now that we've escaped, we've decided we need to head to our girlfriend, or our ex-girlfriend's, club. Our girlfriend is a musician, but she's a super edgy, like, goth, corpse-loving musician. So she decided to build her very exclusive club in the middle of a graveyard. So now we have to go through this entire graveyard, killing clown raving zombies and mutant doggos in order to successfully reach our girlfriend's club in the middle of this crypt. Also, platforming. Did you know your local graveyard has platforming? Because it might. In the future, your local graveyard may have platforming in it. Another interesting thing that if it'll happen, we'll see it here. This, or later, but hopefully not. This game has a mechanic called zipping, which if you grab onto a ledge, you can actually grab onto the bottom of the ledge, and Trey will clip into the ledge, and when Trey clips into an object, it zips him down to the floor. And if he zips down to the floor, you're going down to the floor, or the pit, if there's not a floor behind you. So this is a small sequence break right here. Super small. Get on this, hop around. Don't get hit like I just did. Oh my god, these bats, dude. Hop around, grab onto this, and then pull up onto this one. And now we're getting introduced to radioactive zombies, because this club is poppin'. Radioactive zombies do contact damage, a couple dogs, last line of defense. And now if you've not got a good look at them, these are the clown raving zombies that are the last line of defense, and they really do not want us reaching our girlfriend's club, dude. So now we're trying to open the club doors, and the intent is to wait quite a while, but once this is open a bit, you can actually just go right through those bars. They don't actually exist, and access the club. So this is our girlfriend, and it turns out, oh, the Archbishop corrupted our girlfriend. So now our girlfriend is Plague. And now we have to deal with Plague here, because this Archbishop, he really hates us. First Larry, now our girlfriend. Can you believe this Archbishop, dude? He's such a jerk. So we're trying to kill her as quickly as possible with explosions and rockets. But if we kill her too quickly, like before we get onto this skull-themed platform, what happens in this game is that when a boss dies, Trey K is locked in place, but all map events, such as objects falling and damage, is still dealt to you. So if we kill her before getting onto that skull platform, we will actually fall to our death and die and have to redo it. So we found out that she had contact with a local weapons dealer. So we are now on our way to deal with this weapons dealer who we believe, or who is openly advertising himself to be a bringer of war, and he is supporting the Archbishop and the President's cause directly, which makes him an enemy of ours. Oh god, I'm not gonna go for that cycle. So now we're in his factory, and believe it or not, robots are actually really weak to fire. Now you may be saying, they're robots, electricity. Well, you're kinda right, but trust me, fire. This is what fire does to a robot here, and I'll show you what electricity does to a robot. It takes significantly longer to down them with electricity. It's called a rip laser, for Pete's sake, and it can't do anything. Rip laser is good for very few things, sadly. So this is the second to worst room in the game. It's very long, and there's a small, like, sequence break jump we can do, which I'm not gonna go for, because if I miss it, I fall all the way to the floor. And you can already see how high I'm climbing this room, so it's just, it's pointless time loss if I fall all the way to the bottom here. So we're just gonna hop onto this upper platform. The small sequence break would be to hop onto this blue thing directly. Rip laser, exactly, dude. It was good for the rip laser was good for the helicopter, but that's about it. We will be seeing it one last time, I promise you. So yeah, flamethrower these robots. The game gives us one, and it just turns out that's really what it wants us to do. So I accidentally used a smart bomb that I really wanted. So I'm gonna have to kill these robots the slow way. Please. Yeah, that was the slow way to kill those robots. A single smart bomb will instantly kill all of them. Alright, so this is actually the longest level in the game, but we're coming up on the world record holder for this game, Jorf, actually had found a skip that he does in his run, and most people have maybe done it once or twice, but I don't think it's been successfully done in a run other than Jorf doing it. So we're gonna go for it once, because if we miss it, the only way to reset is to die, and dying in this game is slow. So hopefully we see it, but I'll be straight with you guys. I've not successfully got it once in all my time practicing. I do not expect it to happen here, but we'll go for it. So we're gonna skip this elevator. Oh, we kind of got it. Okay. And then I missed the platform. Depth perception in this game is brutal. So what would have happened if we had gotten it is there would have been, if we had successfully gotten it, that retracting floor we just saw there never would have retracted, and we would have been able to skip all of these platforms and stuff that we are jumping on right now, including this checkpoint we're about to get. Yeah, kinda pog. It was cool, but it wasn't all the way cool. If you guys want to see it, check out the world record VOD at like 26 minutes, I think it is. You can go speedrun.com/apocalypse, and you'll see Jorf do it and what it's supposed to look like. Sorry I couldn't get it. So the camera here can be real shenanigans. You can tell that's not the first time the camera's done that to me. The camera is very mean there. And if I fall in the lava here, I die, and I have to reset most of this room. So we're really hoping that I do not fall to my death here a second time. Alright. So, oh, I'm out of rip laser. That's interesting. Okay, so, we're coming up on the end of the factory, or war factory here. We have 2 more smart bombs to use, and then we're gonna go to a very interesting secret, actually. Oh, really? Never seen that happen before. So, you're intended to ride this platform down, but if you just jump off, you can land on this, and this gives you a bunch of bonus stuff, including another rip laser. And here's where the rip laser truly shines. Jetpack guards are explosively weak to lightning. So, we're gonna remove them the moment they show up, if possible. I think most people forgot this game existed. I actually didn't know. I discovered this game because I had a bunch of ripped PlayStation CDs that I got from my uncle who passed away. And one of the CDs was called Apocalypse. And I thought, alright, I'll give Apocalypse a try. It might be a good game. And lo and behold, here I am speedrunning Apocalypse for you today. I love this game. This is one of the best games on the PlayStation 1. Definite in my top 10. I highly recommend this game, if for no reason other than the pure comedy of you get to play Bruce Willis. Who in chat would not play Bruce Willis? Come on. Yeah, it's actually a good game. So here, we just shot down the president of the War Factory's gunship. So, it turns out he actually is a war. And now he wants to kill us. Silly me for thinking he'd want to actually have a negotiation here. So we're gonna go for a quick kill, which I don't think we got because we missed too many grenades. It is possible to actually kill War before those buildings fall down, but we did not get that. So now we have to do War the intended way, which is to walk down this way. That's not good. I might die. Oh, that's garbage. So what happened there is a set of barrels that were supposed to have spawned actually didn't spawn. And that happens extremely rarely. But when it does, you unfortunately will miss that cycle of War, which makes it very, very difficult to not die to him. Alright, so we're gonna go for it again. We might get it. I don't think we will, but we're gonna be much closer this time. Yeah, we're gonna be much closer this time. Don't worry. There we go. That's fine. That's fine. War is a super quick fight, so that honestly, believe it or not, only lost like 40 seconds. Second cutscene. I'm bad. I owe someone money. So now we're at the bless you. We're at the final non-boss level, and I will not spoil the location if you missed it. The location will reveal itself to you shortly once we successfully make it through the perimeter. And I want you guys to think about it. What places in the world, based off of the story I've talked about, could possibly have this much security at them? Yo, dude. Relax, Proto. Relax. So, yeah. Super tight security. Oh my god. We're at the White House. Who'd have thought? Can you guys believe it? So... Oh, lava. Oof. So what happened there is if Trey walks off of a ledge just a little bit, he can sub-jump as, like, crash, but his momentum will kind of get eaten, which can cause exactly what you saw there. But yeah, this is the White House. This is actually one of the scariest levels in the game because there's no checkpoint until I get inside the White House. And these helicopters are continually blowing the land up. Plus, these turrets do a lot of damage. So we're going to be really careful not to fall to our death or be obliterated by these turrets that exist on the White House. So now we're on the roof of the White House. If you've never seen the White House, if you're considering visiting the U.S., trust me, this is what the White House looked like. It's exactly correct. I'm a speedrunner. I know what I'm talking about, guys. Nothing is wrong with this White House. So we're going to blow open the top because the real White House is actually located down below in hell. And I am going to use that term because that's actually where we are. We have descended down to hell. Because believe it or not, we need to talk to the President of the United States. And for some reason, I don't know why, the President has decided to relocate the Oval Office to the deepest, darkest pits of the world. So remember that not only is lava an insta-kill, but falling is an insta-kill, and it's been a while since I had a checkpoint. There is quite a few jumps you can do in this room to do large sequence breaks, but they are ledge perfect, and if you miss them, it's a long way back. So I'm going to play that room super safe to make sure that nothing goes horribly wrong in it. And with that, we've discovered the President's secret sanctum. And when we kick the door in, it turns out the President is the final horseman. He's been corrupted. He is the Beast. And the Beast shall see us defeated. For we are the bringer of science and salvation. This boss has 5 stages to him. The first stage takes 4 grenades. The second stage takes 3 grenades. After that, the third and the fourth stage are extremely long and annoying. And what he's going to do is he's going to take his time hopping to all of these things around the area and continually causing much lag and knocking them all down. So we're gonna use all those rockets we saved and stuff and try to successfully phase him as quickly as possible. The thing to note about phasing Beast, though, is that if he is in an attack animation, he actually cannot be phased. So as long as he is doing a slam or throwing a fireball or doing a breath attack, it will be impossible to send him to the next phase. So the fastest way to do damage to him is rockets or grenades. Unfortunately, grenades don't drop in this fight. The only thing is rockets, and there were a couple to my right, but it's not worth going for them because the depth perception in this room is so awful that if we attempted it and missed and fell to our death, there is no midpoint checkpoints. We have to redo this whole fight. But thankfully, I discovered there's this nice little corner here that you can just sit at. And the Beast will never do anything to you. So that was an example of you not being able to kill him until the end. So time's going to come up on Fade to Black. In the meantime, watch for the Archbishop. He's going to be our favorite video game animation. I believe it's called the T-pose. And then after we see that and we see the fade, I will call it. So be ready. And first up, we got the legendary T-posing Archbishop. And now it's gonna be time. So, that's Apocalypse. Trust me, what you are seeing right now is in no way, no shape, no form. This has nothing to do with a very similar game that you may know called, what's that game about Satan? There's a guy, and there's Satan, and it's a dungeon, and you kill Satan, and someone gets possessed. I don't know. Someone might know what game I'm talking about. It's not at all similar, because this is Apocalypse, and it's a hot take, the better game. You all have a great night. I will see you all later. Hopefully you enjoyed Apocalypse. I'll be back later. Peace out.
Thanks a lot for that.